Hi everyone. Today we are going to see there is a plugin called as Diffblue. It's an artificial intelligence plugin which will be very useful to generate the JUnit test cases automatically for the developer. So and the coverage will be also 100% using this plugin. Code coverage will be 100%. Let us see some examples like how it is working in IntelliJ. So before starting prerequisites what we are required. So definitely Diffblue plugin is required for us. Just go to files, settings, plugin. So here I already installed Diffblue cover plugin. So this is the actual plugin Diffblue cover. Create complete JUnit tests with AI. So after this, you can click on apply, click on OK. Next, so here this is very simple Spring Boot application which I created. There is an employee controller where get employee details is a method. Employee details is the endpoint for this method. Now I want to generate the JUnit test cases with 100% code coverage using the Diffblue. So to generate that, just right click on that method. Here you can see write test. Click on that. Yeah. So here Diffblue started checking the environment and it started generating the JUnit test case for the method which we have in the controller. So it might take 3 to 4 minutes to generate the JUnit test case for this method. Yeah, it has been generated the test cases for us. So we can go and check the JUnit test case. Yeah, so it has generated two test cases. Actually, second one might not be required for us. Only one is enough. So yeah. Now let me run entire class and check the coverage for the employee controller whether it is covering that method 100% or not. Run employee controller test with coverage. Test case is passed. Let's go to employee controller. So if you observe, it covered all the lines of this method. So 100 percentage of coverage it is giving for this method. So this is very simple application and this is happy path which we have seen. And there are few issues with the versions. So for example, in pom.xml file, if you give 3.1.1 as a Spring Boot starter parent, it might give some issues to us because Diffblue is not supported for Spring 6 version. So in Spring Boot starter parent, if it is 3.1.1, then the Spring version will be 6. So that is the issue. Those are the minor issues which we can take care and we can go ahead. So that is one thing. And Java 11.0.19 version or 11.0.17 plus version is acceptable, and 1.8 version is also acceptable. But there is also some specific version mm, in 1.8 also those versions were acceptable. This is very simple application. It generated test case for us. Now let us see another application, Spring Boot application. So this is another Spring Boot application. Here it is a Beam UPI controller where it will save the user created UPI IDs into the database. I will show the database as well to you. So this is the database which I have created actually for storing the user created UPI IDs. VP is nothing but virtual payment account or something. So here you can see there is a profile ID, user ID, username, VPA created in iMobile. So these are the four columns which I have created just for your reference purpose. So here there is a repository. In that repository there is a save method. Save method will save the new Beam UPI object. So Beam UPI entity nothing but username, VPA, user ID, create in iMobile application. So these are the four columns which you have seen in the database now. Profile ID, user ID, username, VPA, create in mobile ID. So now let me generate the unit test case using the Diffblue for these save created UPI IDs. I am right clicking now, clicking on write test. Let us see. It is preparing, checking environment. Next, it will check the environment. The Diffblue will check the environment. Then it starts writing the test. Yeah, all the environments is fine. Yeah. So now it generated the JUnit test cases. So this is the hyperlink. You can click on this and see it has generated one JUnit test case. So when Diffblue generates the JUnit test case, it will be reflected in a test folder as well immediately. PMUPA controller test. So now I will run this. Yeah, you can see here how it generated. It's creating the PMUPA entity object, setting the values. It hitting the endpoint. Yeah. Let me run this class as well, whether it is giving 100 percentage cover for that method or not. Test case is passed. You can see class coverage is 100%. Lines and method is 50% because in the Beam UPI controller there are two methods. It covered one method 100%. You can see entirely green mark here. So it's giving 100% coverage with the Spring Boot and Java related application, Java based applications.